Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. My name is George Wright III with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. All right. It's Monday morning, and I want to start every Monday going in through the end of the year here. I like to start each of these Mondays and start the week by directing your focus back to the core principles that we've developed and highlighted with the Daily Mastermind. We have the 12 prosperity pillars, which represent sort of the most important principles that I've collected and pulled together from people that I've had in my life, mentors and thought leaders in my life, and that's what makes up the 12 prosperity pillars. And the first of these key principles is the statement that I create my life. Now, I believe this is one of the most important principles that we need to learn to adopt and create, and it creates confidence and belief in your life, and it's really the core principle that many of the other principles are built around. So it's super important that you learn to believe and have faith around this idea that you create your life. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, they're all going to determine the results that you achieve in your life, and will therefore solidify and validate and create new beliefs that'll take you even further. So when you accept the idea that you create your life, you can begin to craft and build the life that you truly want to build. And if you don't believe this thought, then you'll always feel that life is just happening to you rather than for you. And I believe that it's important to start accepting this idea that you are the one person that's going to create and build your life. No one else is going to come and do it for you. No one's going to come and try to help you accomplish your goals as much as you are. So you need to accept this idea that you create your life, because it's going to empower you and it's going to help you to achieve much, much, much more in your life. The results that you need in, your life, your relationships, your business, and everywhere. So I thought what I'd do today is just share a few ideas and strategies that I've learned that'll help you to create your best life, things that I've used, and I hope that they'll inspire you to start spending some time and looking at different areas of your life that you want to create. So here are a few tips that I have for you. Number one, and this is where you've got to start, right? Have a clear vision. Have a clear vision. We've discussed this topic before, and it's super important that you spend time really getting clear on what it is you want your life to be like. I had a mentor of mine ask me that one time, and mostly growing up, people say, what do you want to do? What do you want to be? What kind of job do you want? But they rarely ask you, what do you want your life to be like? Because it's important to remember that what you focus on grows. So when you focus on getting clear on what you want your life to be like, you're going to find ways. Your conscious and subconscious mind is going to help you find ways to make that a reality. And when you don't spend time getting clear, you are, most likely going to get whatever life dishes out to you. And so get real clear on your life. The second tip I have is be intentional every day. I want to suggest that when you are intentional, where you spend your time and where you put your priorities in your life, this is going to be a key element in creating your best life, because successful people, they don't let their schedules and days determine their priorities. What they do is they make sure that they schedule and prioritize their day and their activities in areas that will help them contribute to their overall goals. And so it's important that you be intentional throughout your day. And ways you can do this is to create daily rituals and make sure that you fill in the most important things, as Covey would say, the big rocks in your schedule, before you let other things fill it in. Because we all end up having crazy days, and if you leave your schedule open, you're going to find things are going to fill it in. So that's what I suggest. That's my second tip, is be intentional. The third thing is to literally script your story. So let's pretend for a minute that you're writing your story, your life story. What would the plot be? What would the outcomes be? What characters would you write into your story? What obstacles, challenges, life lessons, and learning would you be committed to seeing happen in this script of your life? See, I believe that you do indeed write the story of your life. You are the author. You create the story. You choose the outcome and the challenges that you're going to face. The parts of the story that you want to have happen are the ones that you're going to create. So spend time directing the script that you have, and make sure that you're interpreting the script and writing the script the way you want it to go. Obviously there are going to be things that come up, but the meaning you put on events is more important than letting the events put meaning of their own in your life. So scripting your story is something you can kind of do as an exercise and really get proactive, and it'll help you to create your life. Another tip I have is play at a high level. So it's really important to bring up this topic of awareness. If you want to create your best life, you need to be aware of how you are showing up in your life. How are you showing up? How are you playing the game of life? Are you playing at a level 10 on 1 to 10, or are you playing at a level 2? Are you giving each and every day your best effort, like you're in the game, like you've only got one time, there's no dress rehearsal? Or are you just going throughout your day? I know we can't always be at the top level of our performance. Even professionals need rest and recovery, but it's so important that you are aware of how you're performing. And this requires tracking and feedback and adjustments. I always recommend coaches, mentors, accountability partners. But you can't expect to have your best life when you're not showing up at a high level. So playing at a high level is something that I'd like you to think about. Another thing is prioritize your life. Because, look, obviously the most critical thing that you need to do is prioritize you and your life. Now, that's hard for some people to do because some people don't like to prioritize themselves because they feel like it makes them selfish or self-centered. But if you've ever traveled on an airplane, you know that they'll instruct you to put your own mask on before anyone else in the event of an emergency. And this is because the best way you can help others is to make sure that you're actually taken care of and you're healthy and you're in a position to help other people. And I think that's the same principle you have to apply to your life. When you're working on creating a life that takes care of you and you're happy and you're healthy and you're fulfilled, then you're going to be infinitely better at inspiring and supporting others around you. I've spent a lot of my life working to satisfy the needs of other people, the needs and wants and desires of other people. And I finally started putting myself first, and it's made a huge difference. I start every one of my days with daily rituals that help me to get my mind, body, and spirit in alignment so that I can be a better version of myself and also bring the best version of myself for the other people in my life that I care about. So these are suggestions that I have for you and tips that might just kind of help you to start thinking about how you can script and create your life in a better way. Your thoughts definitely create your life, and what you focus on grows. And so when you put time and energy into creating your life, that's going to make a huge difference for you. And remember, I say this a lot, but I want to say it again. Remember that it's never too late to start living the life that you were meant to live and that you should live and that you were destined to live. It's never too late. So start today. I have a couple of quotes I wrote down that I thought might also inspire you. I love this quote by Charles Dederick, which is, "Today is the first day of the rest of your life." And you should approach every day that way, that today is the first day of the rest of my life. What am I doing to take myself in the direction of the life I want? Another one I love is was given at that commencement speech by Jim Carrey. And he said, "You can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take a chance on doing what you love." And finally, people overestimate what can be done in 1 year and underestimate what can be done in 10, by Bill Gates. So, throughout my life, I've planned many of my goals in the short term, like 6 to 12 months, and I've had very few long-term goals. And what happens is that puts so much pressure on you, and the ups and downs associated with short-term goals can really stress you out. So when we take the advice of Bill Gates and plan our lives and business in a longer-term perspective, we're going to accomplish so much more. And it also gives you that valuable perspective that you need. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't break your long-term goals into short-term milestones, but I am saying that most people lack the long-term focus and perspective, and as a result, life is so much more stressful. So they're forced to ride these ups and downs, the waves in life, right? So try to start with your long-term vision and then work backwards. My goal with the Daily Mastermind is to help you create your life that you are meant to live, and I try to do this by providing you with motivation, inspiration, and education that I feel can help you bring out that best version of yourself and unleash your true potential. But ultimately, the work's up to you. You got to be willing to accept that you create your life, and I know you have goodness and greatness inside you. I know that you can make an impact on everyone around you and accomplish some amazing things. So I hope this has given you a little bit of what you needed to regroup for the week. Have an amazing week. There's a lot of things coming up. We've got a live cast event. We've already got 600 people on our live stream while I stepped out to do this podcast. But I hope this message resonates with you, and I hope you'll share it with other people. I appreciate you spending some of your day on Monday with me, and I hope that you have an amazing week. This is George Wright III, and this has been the Daily Mastermind. Have a great day.